Welcome to Level TV with the Sony SRS-BTX300 speaker that I'm going to unbox. This is a Bluetooth speaker, so nothing that we haven't seen before, but this is quite a big speaker and probably has really good sound. And we also have an internal battery inside, of course, so you can use it on the go. So there's a mobile a Bluetooth speaker, which has also the possibility to charge your external device like your smartphone, since there is a USB connector actually inside, which is quite nice, so you can, as I said, charge your tablet, smartphone or anything that you want to charge via USB. So we have inside the carrying case. You can of course answer your calls. I'm just reading actually here the top, since it says everything right there, and you can have here two illustrations how it's quite easy to use. Since we have NFC inside, it's not that hard to connect via Bluetooth. You just have to tap the phone on the top and then you can just connect quite easily. So this is the Series X actually, which is also, as you can see here on the box, your sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2014 and soccer game. And otherwise you can read here on the side that we have quite a few wireless standards that are supported. For example, A2DP, yes, AVCRCP, HFP and HSP with Bluetooth version 3.0. There's also an NFC Easy Connect app. I don't know why you need an app, since NFC is already easy. You just have to have it on your device and then you can use it right away, as I will show you in a second. So this is actually compatible with even Apple, where there's no NFC inside, but of course you can still use it via the easy Bluetooth control. So we have of course here the white one. There's also, I think, a black one maybe, or different colors, but it says white on top, so you get the thing that we see on the picture. And we also have a competitor here by Samsung, the DAF60, which we already unboxed a few weeks or months even ago. It was quite a bit ago, and it was a little bit colder than now, but we have it here for comparison. So we have the personal audio system guide, then even more guide about, I don't know what, English, French, blah blah blah. I think this is warranty cards, since there's quite a lot of wireless in there. And then we have here a nice little neoprene case, which you can just do this with. So this is quite flexible, handy, and yeah, feels okay. Has standard neoprene smell, but not too strong. And otherwise we have here of course the possibility to just slide in the device and give it a good protection. Then we have some thing in here that is of course the most interesting thing. We have the speaker itself, the SRS-BTX300. Don't ask me why it's called 300, but we will check it out in a second. First, of course, we also have, I hate this sound, a little charger inside the box, which is called well, actually you don't need a name, it just gives out 12.5 volts at 2.5 amps, which is quite nice. But it's too bad that we don't have a USB charger or anything like that, but that would be of course not smaller, but just different, and so therefore we just have this regular round connector plug that we know and love from old devices and that have been out there for quite a while. So if you look at the back of the device, you can see we have right away here a lot of ports. For example, the USB port, where we can plug in a lot of devices, as I said, for charging. This is for charging only. It says it right here, DC out only. Then we have a reset hole, an on and off switch for Bluetooth standby. Now Bluetooth standby is quite nice, since the device can turn automatically on when we flip the cover here on the side, as we'll see in a second. Then we have the audio in, so if you don't want to use Bluetooth for power reasons, then you can just plug in something directly, but we don't have a cable actually inside the box, which is quite sad. And then of course the power in to charge the device. If you look at it from the top, you will right away see that we have a status LED right there, so we know if the battery is charged or if we can do anything for the device. Then we have the NFC part in the middle. It's easy to find, you just have to tap the device right there. Then we have the headphones, volume, and here is a little switch which will turn the device on. If I just twist it like that, it opens up the stand right there, and then you have access to all your buttons and the on and off switch, since there's a real on and off switch also, but You don't have to use this since we are in the standby mode, and you can see the Bluetooth already blinking. I didn't press anything, it's just waiting to be connected, which will also happen if I just put the the Sony Xperia SP right here. Actually, you have to turn on the device, have NFC set up, and the screen has to be running. So the music is already running also on here over Wi-Fi, but of course not in a high volume so you can hear me. All I have to do is just put it here. Find the spot for NFC, say yes when it... You can hear the result right away. This is the Wi-Fi lagging since I'm listening to online radio actually on the Sony Xperia SP. So what I will do now is just simply connect to my Samsung Galaxy S3, which is also Wi-Fi. So all I need to do is just hold the Samsung Galaxy S3 here. I think it should override, yes, it has overwritten the Sony. So all I can do is just play now local music. I will do too close. This is actually the maximum loudness you were listening to before, I think. So let's just turn up the volume here. It's connected but I can't hear anything, that's quite weird. So Samsung and Sony maybe are not liking each other that much, but actually it worked in the German video before, so let's just retry. Disconnecting. Well, it's quite an interesting feature. If you hold the NFC a second time there, it disconnects. So let's just connect. Connecting to SRS-BTX300. That's why unboxing video is actually quite interesting, since it's happening as you would do it at home. It's not cut, not rewritten or anything like that. So let's really just try and error. Connecting. Should be connected now. And should be playing music now. I don't know what's wrong, since the volume is actually maximum. It's also maximum here. The sound is connected, Bluetooth is on, the battery is on. Also you can see everything on the LEDs here, which is quite nice. You have a green LED which tells us the status. So okay, let's just stop it here, I don't care. Let's connect back to the Sony. Which is not happening right now. Great when tech is working. Let me just turn off the Bluetooth here on the Samsung. Come on guys, what's wrong? Bluetooth, connect. Oh, yeah, of course you can also connect by just... I'm just turning down the volume. There's no mute button actually, so you can see here on the bottom we have also a little blue light which tells us that we're also connected from afar. And we can also, of course, compare now the two devices I was telling you about here, the Samsung and Sony. So putting them on top of each other, you can see clearly that we have similar devices, but the Samsung is a little bit bigger, clunkier, but it's not as long. Which means that the Sony has a better way to give you stereo sound by putting the two stereo speakers on both ends, and in the middle there's usually the subwoofer, so that's quite nice. Samsung doesn't have so much space, but they have exactly the same features with audio in and USB and everything, so it's your choice which to buy. This has a stand right here also built in on the bottom, so you can open up the stand like that. and you can set the volume a little bit easier here by just rotating, and there's also the possibility to mute, and Samsung and Sony didn't think of that, or at least I didn't found the feature yet, but otherwise you have here at least a dedicated phone answering button, and when you turn it off like this, it's off, so you just can turn it off by doing this standby switch thingy. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Balazs Gal. This was the Sony SRS-BTX300 Bluetooth speaker here in a unboxing video and review. Hope you liked it, even though we had some technical difficulties, but I think that's just normal. So till next time, please send it again.